Okay. I realized there was one other thing about Project 4, about what you get in the archetype, that I wanted to show just real quick. There is a test class in here, and this class. So this is it came from the archetype. This is another example of using that invoke main test case class that you guys saw in the first 3 projects for invoking your Project 4 main method. And so here you can invoke your project main, and so you can do things like specify the host name, and remember this is the Project 4 main that comes from the archetype, so all it does is the key value pair stuff. But anyway, here are some tests for working with that. And so invoking your main method with various arguments, and then you can use like the get error and the get out, and plus the exit code methods to determine what your client output. Now you may be thinking, wait a second, this is just running the client. What about the server? So Maven, I don't think we haven't talked about this yet. Maven has something called integration tests. So that's unit tests. Right, so unit tests are just taking the Java classes that you've written and just working with them. Not very just exercising that functionality. All super valuable. But this application is more complex than the first 3 projects, right? And this one you've got the client and the server. Well, I won't go into the details now because it's covered in the lecture online. But in the pom.xml, let's see here. Where is it? Okay. You know what? It's way too detailed to go in here. But trust me on this one. I've got the pom.xml configured so that when you run the integration test, what it'll do is it'll start up Jetty, deploy your application to it. It'll run that Project 4 test guys. It'll call, and so they'll use your client to call the server. So Maven integration test. We can watch it go by. So it'll go and it'll build your application. It's compiled the test classes. It's building the jar and everything like that. It's building the WAR file. It'll use the WAR file nice and fast, on my laptop anyway. It deployed the WAR file off to the Jetty. Then it ran your tests. Right, so this is running JUnit tests just like you're used to, but now what those tests are doing is they are interacting with that Jetty server. And oh good, everything passed. So this is another option for writing automated tests for your project. You have to run it using that Maven integration dash test, and that'll automatically take care of starting up Jetty and doing all this stuff for you. Anyway, another little thing that comes with the archetype. Any thoughts over break about Project 4 or any further questions, things you'd like to talk about? Okay. Let's transition to the kata. And yeah.
How well is our Project 3 going to port to Project 4? I'm assuming we have to move the classes.
Good question. So for Project, right, because the question came over the community. It was like, hey, how do I deal with my, how do I retain both my Project 1 code and my Project 2 code because I need to go back and fix something or whatever. And we talked about, you can copy it. Make a copy of it. You can use Git and branch and all that kind of good stuff. For Project 4, if you want to use the archetype, you probably need to start over again, right? And that's okay. So what I recommend you do is you use the archetype to create the skeleton of your project, or make sure that it works like what we're doing tonight, and then you copy your code in. I think, that's probably the easiest way to do it. And at this point, focus on easy. Yeah. There's enough tough stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How we can run integration tests from the GD?
You can run it probably. Let's see here. Maven projects, lifecycle. I don't know. Oh, interesting. It doesn't have integration test. Huh. I would expect it to be under lifecycle. That is a good question. I wonder why it doesn't have integration tests. Can you define a new life cycle? No. Nope. Test should be unit test. You can probably run verify. I think verify will run it. Let's find out. Yeah, looks like it's starting up Jetty. So verify is yeah, follows it. So I guess verify will work. I'm really surprised that it doesn't have the integration test phase. Huh. So verify will work. Yeah, good question. Cool. Anything else on Project 4? Yeah, they always come by and vacuum at this time of night. It's kind of loud. You can set your watch by it. I'm sure the guy who vacuums does. Okay. So last week we did a very simple coding kata of FizzBuzz, and I think everybody got to experience that. This week, let's do something that's a little bit more complicated. So the problem that we're looking to solve this week is converting numbers, dollar amounts, into words. Does anybody here know what a check is? Just people still use checks. I had to write one the other day. Yeah, okay, good. Just making sure. Oh, and remember this website is written by someone who's French, and so everything is like Canadian spelling. When you write out a check, you write both the number and then you write that amount as a number, as digits, and then also as words. And so then what this kata is all about is taking a number like 745.00 and then printing out $745. And you probably also want to do cents. So and really that's it. So then I think this is a good example of using test-driven development. So now, okay, any questions about what the kata is, first of all? Or understand what it is that we're trying to do? Yeah.
You need to be checking out like the currency symbol and like parsing that somehow.
Currency symbol, probably not so important, right? Let's not do currency symbol, right? Unless you wanted to be like ironic, use the drachma or something. Current events, right? Watch the news. Greece is falling apart. Anyway. Yeah.
What should we do for, let's say, 1,745? Is there going to be a comma, no comma?
What would you write in your check? Would you put a check? I don't know. Comma? I don't think I put commas. Although, how often do I write $1,000 checks? I just pay in cash. Anyway, it's up to you. It's your kata. I don't know. You're not going to be graded on this one. Sean's not like writing the script right now to 3.72 out of 6. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Kind of clear? Okay. So let's take a few minutes, break up into groups. Feel free to organize yourself either into pairs in the center of the room, or actually there are plenty of people, and so we could probably have almost everybody at a station if you want. So choose amongst yourselves, pairs or mobs. I recommend that you, remember there are a couple things we talked about last time that we wanted to experiment with. One was, I guess mainly for the mobs, start out the mob with maybe drawing a couple things on the whiteboard, trying to understand, sort of like come up with test cases, figuring out sort of like what your initial class or maybe methods might look like, what tests you want to write first. I suggest in parallel, the person who's driving do all of the Maven archetype work. Remember, go back to Project 1, use that archetype to get started and sort of clean things up. I think that'll help the mobs get off to a faster start. There's something else that we're going to learn from last time. I guess it was just those two things. Anyway, sketch it out first. Get your Maven project all set up, and this time I'd like to join a mob, and so then we can either. And actually, I'd like to use my machine with one of the keyboards so that I can record it and put it up on the screencast. We'll record your voices, but not your face, because you don't want to record my face. It might break the internet. Everybody all clear? Okay, good deal. I'll pause this recording and then we can.
The first thing that comes to
Okay,
my
so
mind
the rest of my
is that we need
mob
to test whether or not
is.
there's a decimal point. because if it comes out 7:45.
Is brainstorming some ideas. I will create the Java code.
Just bar stubble.
Let's see here. Where's project 1? Let's get the archetype.
Maybe the first symbol test will be interesting. We're also going to have to
So I will. Yeah.
Can I steal a dry erase from your desk?
Yeah, sure. Totally. You want a dry erase marker that worked. Well then. Oops. Oh, really? My caps lock isn't. Huh, I wonder if this keyboard.
like have some sort of a catch in case, let's say, you have like ABC instead of numbers. This should throw some kind of like
For strings.
Oh, interesting. So it doesn't get caps locked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, there was a different keyboard there. USB keyboard. Here we go. Okay, good. Caps lock. I want to be control. Control keys. Control option. I'm gonna swap these two.
How what should be the maximum length of the?
Oh, that's much better. Okay.
I mean,
Okay, create the archetype. Oh, it doesn't. All right, there's already one called phone bell. What are we going to call this? Numbers as words. Kata numbers and words. Copy that. Paste that. Numbers and words.
Okay. Oh, that's true. I need this is the other
Let's do
direction.
that. Oh, that's from the web archetype. How did I end up with a web archetype? That's messed up. There we go.
The biggest one is 0.99.
Yeah, so I can figure out how to do multiple.
So it's two different. This
Okay.
You can just Oh, another thing we're going to have to consider is what happens if somebody enters like 9.999 because you're not supposed to have a third digit in decimal. So maybe if we split it a decimal point, we can check the straight after the decimal.
Camtasia. There we go. Make this guy big. I am recording, right? Yes.
We want to create one and we want to
Well, we're also going to need to order. We have zeros and numbers. And then we also need to do how big we're going to go, like thousands, millions, billions, or trillions.
for thousands.
Okay, so we're going to stop at thousands.
Okay.
Okay, then we're going to need
So do you?
100.
20.
So you see what we're doing here? Like the problem that we're trying to solve?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fascinating to me. It's
Cool.
interesting to hear the different groups talking to each other
Mhm.
and do it. I miss so much of the basic vocabulary.
Oh, you mean on the decimal
This is
point?
the case.
I want to extract each number from
All the terms of art they just don't know or remember.
There's a lot to
I would say
change
that we
here.
wouldn't do that directly.
Cool.
So it really is. It's a different language to me to just listen to and translate.
Cool.
It is fascinating.
Yeah, this is an experiment that I'm doing with sort of structuring a class this way. So this is the first time I've ever taught in this room. What I did last year is we had like a big room there, but paired up like those dudes over there, right? They're pairing. But it's really nice to have like this screen that like 4 people can work around, and then make notes over here.
Yep.
So yeah.
This is a postgraduate.
No, this is his undergraduate. So these guys are like juniors and seniors. Yep. Yeah, for the bachelor's. Okay.
So
Let's see here with the test.
So we
Okay.
this thing is fixed.
Let's see how you guys are doing.
Numbers.
so we can use C for
So I think I got the code already. So walk me through some of the test cases.
Yes. So first is like for no arguments, and second is for like we want to test what the data type is. We are only accepting doubles,
Okay.
not string or integer.
Right. So it's double. Yep.
And then we are going to look for like length of this. How many what's the minimum and the maximum number should be accepted.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Boundary conditions. Yeah. Good. And max. Yep.
Yeah. That's,
Cool. Okay.
yeah.
So I've done my part. Now it's time for someone else to type, to grab the keyboard. Let's type first. Okay. So what's the first test case that you guys want to handle? Let's move the.
Let's make a copy of this real quick.
Okay, so now all the chairs and everything.
Okay.
Oh, what's all those? Oh, it's red underlined.
So now I just copied it.
Oh, okay, right. So it's a duplicate method.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. So the first test is no arguments.
So we can just
The second test is the test for it being a double argument. Okay, now that's going to mean that we're going to get an error. And then that's going to okay, so we have to start here, right?
You know what? I think one of the things that I saw a lot of people last week do that I think I'm purposefully encouraging you to do integration tests first. That's wrong. We should be writing unit tests. So clear out the body of that method.
Which method?
The arguments method. Yeah. Let's start over again. Cool. And let's just write plain old JUnit. Let's not worry about that invoke main stuff right now. Let's sort of like come back to that at the end.
Just write a simple method saying like create an object and call that method and say that it's not. You have to check it's a double. Some method and return something 0 or 1. Yeah.
It's like, what's the inputs, what's the outputs?
Oh, I see. So
I mean,
No, so forget about, don't mess with that first method.
oh,
Just let's click on,
okay.
so that argument's down there?
Yeah.
So arguments doesn't tell me too much about what it tests. Like, what are we testing here?
we are testing numbers.
What about them?
The type.
Let's try string argument.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why this thing keeps going up instead of down.
Probably because the wheel is, it's a Macintosh. They switch that around and everybody just ran that stuff. Okay, so that's, okay, great, input. So when we get that input, what output should we expect?
You should expect
An error.
error.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Just create a method.
Okay, so
I've got that numbers and words class. Maybe we should put a method on that. So yeah, numbers and words.
Numbers.
Yeah. So.
okay, and then that's empty, right? So
That's got your main
Just
right now. Yeah. Oh, use your IDE, but man, go back to the test and just write the name of the method, and then just try to call the method. IntelliJ will be like, "Do you want to create this method?" You'll be like,
I
"Yes."
see, I see. So it would be I don't know, what would that be?
Is it
Parse?
string?
Yeah, passed. No.
You don't want to parse a string, or you want to parse a double. I think we need to just check a string, or we need to check a double, like 0.1.
Well, the input, how about we have it be a string, right? It'll be the
Yes.
representation, because we don't necessarily. I don't know. I don't even know if we even need to convert it to a double. I don't know.
As a second part,
No, we just want the input to be the. I mean, we are converting it to the string ultimately, but we want it to be double. I mean, the string should be in the format of. It says.
Yes.
in the-
Yeah. You're right. I guess. Yeah.
It says like
That's fair.
744.00. So
Okay, so I guess what I just did here was I set it up so that there's a string ABC. We get a new class of numbers and words, and then we assert true that it's parsed the things correctly, but here I just have it returning false. So just to
Although in this
kind of
case,
hook it
if
up.
we go back to the test, that shouldn't. That parts successfully. The string ABC will parse successfully. We want that. I would think that we would want it to fail.
No, it would fail right here because that's false.
Well, I think the test itself, though, instead of assert true, shouldn't it be assert false? We want it. The correct behavior is for it to fail, fail, right?
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
So now
There we go. And why is it not like
that looks like it. Yeah, static import that dude. You just had it there. Yeah, one line.
Come on.
One more down, second. Yeah, that first one's good, yeah.
I usually use
There we go.
Alt-Enter.
So I use alternate also, yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. So, put on your Uncle Bob hat. You should be red, right?
Oh, yeah, that's totally gonna
Yeah,
work.
run, yep.
Oh, really? Oh, it won't even happen. This is why
Thinking. That's great. Ah, so yeah,
yeah,
so
it
why
should
was
be
it?
true.
Well,
Okay.
It should be true because
Yeah. Oh, interesting, yeah.
just click the green. Yeah.
Yeah, that little green
Yeah.
arrow there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what we took. Okay, cool.
Yep. All right. So now I'm kind of thinking this needs a little bit of functionality at least.
Yes.
Am I right in thinking that? So double dot parse double input. Okay. Try that.
Then say like
Double sort.
implement package.
So,
Until it should say like implement package.
implement breakage.
Yeah, package. Like usually it's give you an error. You Alt-Enter is package or
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if this does parse,
Exception parse section.
you can choose.
Yeah.
E or EX or whatever.
It's
But
standard.
okay. So does this look good?
yeah, now let's see. The result is grayed out. Well, okay, we'll come back and refactor to see.
Okay.
It's
Nice. Okay, we're green. Okay, any opportunity for refactoring?
I guess I can just put a thing around.
Well, it's still grayed out. Hover over the word result and see what it's saying.
Result is
It's
never
never
used.
used.
Because we want to enter
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
We don't need to use it yet, right? Okay, so take it out.
Oh, you just want to take it out?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, excellent. We got a passing test. Let's check it in. So under version control. Oh, you know how.
I do not know.
All right, version control,
Yeah, it's nice.
and then click VCS up arrow.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to call this.
Pass the test for a string.
Um,
Checking the string to double.
okay. Past string. Okay. Pass test for double parsing a string. Commit.
Yep, commit and push.
Alrighty.
I don't like it because I
have an idea for like a class project that we have. So we can create a project that works everybody on the GitHub, so we can command the change, like code for each other and like review on the code as.
You say for
Yeah,
the
just send you a GitHub, like.
Actually, yeah, I have a student do that. Like he was having problems with his project too. Actually, let's have. Actually, I was gonna let's change drivers. Let's have someone else go. Sure. Let's go next. Okay. Yeah, and he had his code on GitHub and he had a private repository. He just added me, and I was able to like, oh yeah, here's like a bug that you had. This is why your test was failing. But I like that. Yeah, that'd be interesting to do like. Kind of like the assignment we had during the week. Yeah. Like have multiple people contribute.
To have a feeling like a real world.
Yeah.
Also, people that different project, multiple models, like this.
Yeah, I would.
Oh,
You can
Oops.
assign.
what
did you just
what
do?
do I do?
Mhm. So what's our second test going to be?
Maybe parsing it double correctly?
Oh, so we'll have one that. So here we have one that failed with the double. So you're saying, yeah, let's put in a valid double and make sure that that it's a little parse. I like that.
You should. Actual double in the name, like 1.0. In the name, there's 1.0 result.
I agree. You know, and we probably should have talked about that in the refactor phase because, like, I think the names of these test methods can be improved. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay, so. Okay, so that's going to fail.
So I create new or use the same one? I just use same one. And it showed.
Oh, you put a circle around that because it's going to return true.
Okay.
True or false.
That's
You want to insert false or
Insert true. Because we inserted false up there, so we're going to insert true.
insert true?
Right. So like we had there was the assert keyword in the language. Yep.
I'm more like.
Oh, so I can like pass like slash true and in comma true, then it will be the right answer.
Yes.
Assert the same.
Yep.
And that should pass.
They're gonna run the whole thing. Let's see here. Oh, 3 out of 3. Okay, well that passed. Okay, that's cool. Hey, we really can't make that one
So,
fail.
oh, yeah.
How do we make it red in a meaningful way? Because it's already open, right? Yeah. So,
yeah.
I can't. How to make it red?
String or integer.
Not really. Well, but then we just like. But I think integers would work also. I don't know if there's a way to make this one pass. Or make this one fail. I think it's
I
okay.
just give assert false.
No, that's kind
Yeah.
of lame, right?
Yeah.
Because really, what we should do is just write the test to be correct what you expect, and then but it's the application code. Okay, cool. Okay, this is good. Let's write another one. Actually, I'm sorry. Any refactoring that we want to do? We talked about the names of the. Well, we didn't change anything over here.
No, we didn't change.
Right, yeah. And then we talked about the name of the test method. If you go back to the test, what was that?
Here?
Yeah, test valid double.
Yeah.
That seems good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's our next test case?
The large margin.
Yeah. Is there what is the maximum
We
number?
are saying like 999.99.
999.
So it has to be less than
Wait,
1,000.
less than that. Why do you say that?
Like we are saying the maximum limit.
Yeah, we can use like max double or something like that, but is it proper?
Is that interesting? Is that an interesting test? Well, because I mean, I don't recall the kata sort of saying there was a maximum value.
No.
There's a minimum value. So, right, what's the minimum value?
0.0.
Okay, so let's.
Test.
Uh-oh, lost a name. Should have better way.
7.
What's wrong?
You want to add name?
Well, actually, I would say that should be like -1 or something.
Well, I think it's okay to say the minimum value is valid, but I think you're right. I think we need two. One is for the minimum value, and then one is for an invalid value. So I think we can start here.
And
It's good value for a check. In the restaurant.
Right, yeah.
so I create,
One through 10.
so I have new.
So you want to use parse method, but you want to
So we can, what we can do is
add some functionality to it to be able to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to assert first. Assert true or assert false.
Yeah, this one should be a search.
Or should we create a new method?
Yeah.
A new test method?
Yeah.
I would recommend for this.
Yeah.
So I think.
Parse method.
Oh, for what? I think it's still valuable. Well, oh, that's a good point. This will pass, and yeah, I think it's okay to have this one pass as it is. So yeah, let's just run it, make sure. Nice. Okay, and now let's put in an invalid. So a valid can be parsed, but isn't valid. Yeah, cut and paste.
What is that?
Oh, and it's I guess Alt. I think is no, this is a Macintosh, so it's Open Apple. It's what do you call it? It's Command. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Alt. So Alt C. You know, oh, that work? Wait.
No.
Here, just. Oops.
Okay, I didn't copy.
No, actually, you can also do duplicate. So like Control D or Command D for duplicate it.
Okay.
it will pass first, but it's not actually minimum value because in this something like double is minimum value, it's not zero. So minimum value, it's not actual minimum value.
That's a
We
good
just check a simple value, but we don't change any functionality to create it as
Yes.
a minimum value.
Right.
So we don't want to go to the code and just add something like if statement or something like that.
Well, but
We can
would it,
set the minimum and maximum.
Set up.
let's drive that though through the tests.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is
So,
that
right,
we
the-
need this
the-
to assert
So
false.
we call it
As a
test
less
min
than
value,
zero.
but it's testing nothing.
I'm thinking we should have this assert false, but then we
Right.
see a value less than
This one testing nothing because it's not valid test because it's
The test is, well, I don't know, I would argue that the test is valid because your application, as it's currently implemented, passes this test.
test valid.
Now,
But
then the trick
there's
is,
nothing new we are checking. You are saying.
Right.
Yeah.
so then the trick is, let's have one that fails, but then will be red, and then what we do is in the process of getting that one green, make sure the other one stays green also. I think that's when we'll put the checks in. Because it might be that we don't need to add a check for 0 or greater. What we do need to add a check for is less than 0. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it's look like we failed whole method of TDD. Like we want to write first, so we just created some tests. Always
Well, but
green.
you don't want red just for the sake of red. So, like, to make that red, to make test min value, what would you do to make it red?
I would set up minimum value in the program or something like that, or just accept equal like 0 like -1 or something like that. Check them 0 and -1 and accept equal.
Well, but see, the what you want to be read is the application code is wrong. You want to write the test correctly, and ultimately the behavior that we want is that yes, 0.00 is a valid minimum value, and that's true. It doesn't. It's not in the spirit of TDD to go and then break your program or contort your program just so you can say, oh, good, it was red, and now I deleted all that code I just added to make it fail. That's not right. So it's perfectly okay to say my application in its current state passes this. So the real long-term value of this method is going to be as you add more code to your application, it's going to still test this one case that we want to always be valid. So I think it's okay. You're right. It feels a little awkward at first, and at the beginning of your TD exercise, I think you're just going to have this, right? But it's a good test case when we want to leave in there, right? So yeah, let's leave it in there. Let's make it fail, though. I'm sorry. Make the next test.
Yeah.
Next test fail.
Yes.
But how? Like assert false?
yes.
You should try to use it like assert that.
We want to change the
First.
Well, is that test what we expect it to be?
No, we want to change that to -1. Like negative something.
Change it to -0. -0.
Is that a valid double?
No. So now if I give
-0.
No, this is correct, right? So we expect the parse method. We want it to return false when you give it
Yes.
-1. Okay, so let's run this guy. Aha, okay. So right, the test is correct, it's the code under test which is not correct.
Could we just do a check to see if result is less than 0?
It's going to be upset. So we're going to make a fantastic assumption there that we have
Yes.
1.1.
If result is less than 0, we want to do
what system printer? Or
no, I think we just want to
Just-
return false.
okay.
Okay, let's run your test again, see what happens.
Do we need a map?
Yay! Okay, yeah. So refactoring. Anything here? Code formatting.
I mean, if I can remove the parentheses.
Leave the parentheses. So,
Yeah.
so my preference, and
Yeah.
I learned that one the hard way, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I was in graduate school, I spent it seemed like 4 hours. It was well over an hour trying to debug something, and it was because I did the indenting wrong. Yeah, so from that day forth, I've always used parentheses even when I only have one line because
But now the IDE takes care of parentheses and indentation and everything.
it maybe. That being said, what? She's talking about the braces, right? Should we leave the braces or should we take them off? My personal, so if I were writing this code or if I was reading this code, I'd probably even go in, and if it wasn't there, I would add the braces because I just got burnt by that. So yeah, I had a traumatic experience as a graduate student with lack of braces. So okay, so this is good.
So, yeah.
Okay, check it in. Huh?
I experience this stuff you can see in a notebook. And But you want to watch the big. Use your mouse to head in.
Nice. You up next? Okay. Okay, what's our next test case?
Next case, the biggest value, the highest value, or we don't check it. Is it top bother?
Let's print something. I mean, some string now.
Well, maybe time for our first
Yeah, we should print some string.
This keyboard is hard to press.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize it. So
Nice.
what are we gonna do?
One should print an O and E.
So we want to try to convert it to some value 1 is 0 or.
I have a thought about that. What if we create a second method called print that we could get that
Yes.
value from?
Okay.
And then the result just gets stored in a global or something, or we call parse, that doesn't really matter. Either way, it just kind of.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you say. Which
Maybe what we could do is we could have a second.
You're thinking implementation. Why don't you pause that for a second? Let's write the test first.
Yes.
And then,
yes.
so actually, this is cool, right? Okay, so how about you focus on writing the test, you think about the implementation, and you type.
type.
So, what's the name of the test?
Test 1 to 1. I mean, test.
What was one? You wanna convert
Number to string, right?
sorry. Just one.
So, O and E.
And then upgrade Google Hangouts, and we can
Okay, so we have sorry.
1.
Actually, how we can? So
Yes,
I want an integer,
1.0
yeah.
is fine.
So I want an int here. So we want a new method for it. So
Yes, first you can create an object. You have object.
object integer. Or
No,
what?
just create an object to call a function. To call a method.
Okay. Just create an object. So
You'd probably do
I want to something like this.
No, just for that class. Like the like this
Which
one.
one? New
Like
words?
this one, yeah.
Number of words.
And N is
It will use the same naming as you do. Words. Okay. New.
just
New.
call print or convert. Yeah. T.
What?
T.
Convert you want to some input. Okay. Convert D. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So it's a oh no.
No, it's probably
It's
the Windows key.
Windows key.
Yeah, that's where the Alt is on
Okay.
the Mac keyboard. So yeah. Oh, right. It's called Option, I guess. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So maybe the Mac. That's yeah.
Let's do it. So
That's
we
so good
wanna
for you guys.
wanna return some string
String.
back. String back.
So first we want to call he voices.
Yeah, so the first thing we're going to want to do is actually refactor parse and move result into being a global.
Or we can call
You wanna
the parse function for this integer, and then it will like return the true. And if it's true, then we'll print it out.
But parse takes a string. So this is already parsed.
Okay.
So maybe we didn't need to do that. I don't know.
Okay.
Interesting.
So what I'm thinking is that if we make result a global, then what we can do is we can call parse from here and then return the mapping of the global to the. I mean, it's a little bit of a hacky workaround, but to keep our previous test passing.
Well, actually, no. Let's try this. I mean, right? This is what Uncle Bob would do. Right?
No.
If. Right.
Small
This is enough.
steps.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Baby
Yeah.
steps.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wanna do something. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, where is the file? Oh, okay.
You can go here and.
So I don't know.
Yeah, this is.
Where you call it.
Oh.
And use it like here.
Okay.
So we have a code and
Oh, then you probably want to minimize up here.
Yeah. Just click here. Just click here. Yeah.
Oh, or that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
okay.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, using it for the first time, it's good.
Yeah. Okay.
So okay. Good.
Okay.
Well, except that, I mean, we're not asserting anything in this in the convert method yet.
Yeah. So we wanna assert equal.
Yeah.
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 Or you can use it to assert that, but yeah, assert equals work also.
I said you can use
Yeah.
assert equals.
Is assert equals called the strings like equals case?
One.
Yeah, use the equals method.
So we wanna first
Yeah.
make it fail.
Nope.
Or
The test should always be correct.
this should
So actually, we
always
did it
be
backwards. We didn't. Right. So this should be O and E. This should be 1.
Okay.
So we
Right. The whole
usually
idea is
made
that the test is
correct.
always right. You want to write the test as what you expect.
But we want it to be red first, so what if we make D
Well,
at 2?
no. You make it.
You
make it.
return to.
Right. We shouldn't
Yeah.
have implemented that method yet. Or what we should have done is scroll down to
Yeah. You
scroll
return
down to the convert method.
And
Yes, sir.
yeah.
It's not scrolling.
It's
It's not scrolling like.
Yeah,
the
and
wheel is
return
backwards
to-
from what you expect. Actually, no. Return null.
Oh.
Throw an exception.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So 2 would also
Yeah.
do it, but probably what you want is
You want like this? Alright.
Okay.
sure. Yeah. Some default value. Now you run it again. Missing.
Sorry.
Oh, trying to do it from over here. Yeah.
I just noticed. It's still
No.
green.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it only did invalid mid value. You need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just do it from there.
Just run that from there.
Yeah. Run the entire. I guess. Cool. Okay.
So we want to check it
Oh,
here.
we need to flip those. It says expected 0
No,
actual.
good point. Right. Yeah. But well.
It's how you input.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. It's
Sorry. It is.
it's
Alt is command. Yeah.
okay. I'm very used to it.
Nice. Okay, now run it. Yeah, good catch there on the
So
50%.
can I run it from here? I don't know. Let's see.
Okay,
Okay, we had it right.
there. So did actual was 0. Okay. It's red. Let's make it green.
It's weird. Okay. So let's make it green. So we wanna if or
Right? Well, okay. I mean, I don't think it's necessary. Just change it to return 1, right?
yeah, we can do that. I wanna just go ahead.
That's 0.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's
Is it
0.
You think it's 0?
Yeah.
I didn't change
I
it
couldn't
to
tell.
0.
Yeah, that would have been a hard thing to.
No, it was O actually. I didn't
Was it? Yeah.
change it to 0. So 0 will be like this.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
okay,
changed
that
it.
now looks a little weird.
So is this so safe?
dashes and the zeros.
I know. Yeah. I
guess they
mean,
look like fake.
it's like the metric system. The Europeans get it right, I guess.
How did it know?
Okay, let's commit this, and then I want to bring everybody back together and talk about what they did.
There's one thing I want.
Oh, sorry, yeah, the refactor, yeah.
No.
Okay, no.
This, when we submit the comms,
Uh-huh.
it's my machine is Windows and that is Unix machine.
Mm-hmm.
So it says for the date side. So my Windows interpret date as a different Unix machine. So it gives me error if I like sub. Yeah, so I changed it to the according to the Unix system,
Uh-huh.
and now it's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, just
Okay.
yeah.
If there's weirdness, then yeah, let me know. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go bring my machine back here. Stop the recording.